Right, well, Newzroom Afrika's reporter Nasiphi Same joins us live for more as she's been watching what unfolds there in Saldanha Bay. Nasiphi, good afternoon to you. A dramatic scene there as well in the court, what with Kelly Smith allegedly falling ill and that leading to an adjournment.
Indeed, Naledi, the mother of the missing 6-year-old Joshlin Smith fell ill during proceedings this morning. We had to take a very long adjournment until 12 o'clock from about after 10, and she was attended to by medical personnel. And with the testimony by the investigating officer, Detective Captain Wesley Lombard, he was detailing to the court from the initial stages when he learned about the disappearance of Joshlin up until the day that, or the night rather, that the mother of the missing girl, Kelly Smith, together with her boyfriend Jacquen, Appollis, and Steveno van Rhyn, and a fourth person were charged with kidnapping, saying that leading up to that, there were a number of operations, as we heard in that sound bite that you opened with, that they also were met with stumbling blocks as much as the police had pumped in resources into searching for Joshlin. However, you know, with the rise of social media and influences from community leader and well-known politicians, it posed a very difficult challenge for them. He also went as far as saying that it also created in some sort of way an opportunity for these particular individuals to stand in the way of police work, compromise their work, but also, most importantly, compromise the safety of Joshlin, as at that time he was saying that the main focus of law enforcement officers that had descended to Saldanha Bay to search for Joshlin were concerned about locating her.
Of course, there also is this issue around misinformation and what was shared on social media. Wesley Lombard, as he took the podium, they're also mentioning, you know, some utterances as well by the likes of Patriotic Alliance leader Jacquen Nasiphi.
He said that those are very dangerous comments. Initially, when he took over the investigation, as we know, that in the initial, or rather the investigators that interviewed the mother, Kelly, and her boyfriend, Jacquen Appollis, were Detective Sergeant Mayor Milstein and Detective Constable Refilwe. And he was coming from the provincial office, so the community of Saldanha Bay did not know him. So it was easy for him to blend into the crowd and listen into the conversations that were being had. And at that time, he was saying it was quite concerning because he then realized that the community in some sort of way was turning against the police, as they felt that the police were pulling back on resources and no longer searching as much as they believed that police should. So he was saying that that indeed really posed a significant challenge for them, going as far as saying that there were also utterances and comments that were made not only by politicians but also community leaders.
You know, it's interesting that he also touched on the demeanor of Joshlin's mother, Kelly Smith, in the days after the little girl's disappearance, in the weeks after that as well. Some of the searching continues. He talks about certainly how she was when there was the visit of the police minister.
Well, Naledi, it started yesterday when he started with his testimony at the Western Cape High Court, sitting in Saldanha Bay, where he said he found it baffling that the mother, just days after Joshlin's disappearance, she would utter the words that her life needs to continue. She has 2 other children, and that Joshlin was no longer even in Saldanha Bay. And he was saying that she had said this to him while smiling and never apologized for uttering those words. He also further added added that she was very rude at a particular weekend to police officers, swearing and screaming at them, but he felt the need to be stern with her, that he is here to work with her to locate Joshlin Smith, and that there will be no swearing or screaming at police officers. But you mentioned the demeanor, which is something that we heard a lot of, particularly in the first week of the trial, Naledi, where a lot of the police officers or law enforcement agencies that gave their testimony that week spoke greatly about the demeanor of Joshlin Smith's mother, or the lack of emotions that she displayed. And particularly just days after, Lombard recalls how Kelly, when she had asked her and Jacquen Appollis to stay behind and give further statements and an affidavit, she refused, and she said that they needed to go to a restaurant and pick up food. And he said that he was taken aback by that statement, taking into account that they have a 6-year-old that had been missing for days. But to add on that, the day that she was supposed to meet the Minister of Police on one particular Saturday, it is understood that Kelly arrived at the police station, or rather Captain Lombard had met Kelly at the Saldanha Bay police station, and he was saying that she actually looked very beautiful, and she again uttered the words that Joshlin is making me famous, or had made me famous, taking into account that before that she was going to be meeting with the police minister, had requested to meet with the mother of the missing 6-year-old. Also, the visit by the former Minister of Police, Bheki was here to also engage with the community and reassure them that they had not indeed pulled back on resources, and that the search for Joshlin was indeed continuing.
Yeah. Well, what's next for this trial, Nasiphi?
Well, with all the avenues that police had taken up to explore and look for Joshlin, we understand that that particular investigation still continues. It remains open because police have not found Joshlin Smith. What we can expect tomorrow is that today Captain Lombard had concluded giving the Western Cape High Court his evidence in chief. Tomorrow, the defense will obviously take center stage in testing that testimony by Captain Lombard. We can also expect that following the defense cross-examining Captain Lombard, that a trial within a trial to them resume.
All right, Nasiphi Same there, our reporter, keeping a close eye on that trial, looking into the disappearance of 6-year-old Joshlin Smith.